friends, welcome back to Daily Sews and Stuff. I'm Branelyn, and today we're talking about the difference between AO files and projector files. So if you will have noticed, we started using AO files when we started using projectors because that's what we had, where our file was all put together already on one sheet of paper so we could use it. And that was fine, but AO files didn't always work great for projecting. And so some designers started catching on and offering projector files. Now, not every projector file is created equally. If you want to know exactly what a projector file should have, watch this video that my friend Kathleen made from Sunny Fountain Patterns about projector files. And if you're a designer, you can follow her link to the course she's created for designers making projector files. But back to my main point. This is a really important thing to understand if you are looking at a projector, if you are looking at a file for projecting. An AO file will work. You might have to do some modifications to it, but you might have to do some modifications to a projector file as well, especially if they haven't watched Kathleen's video and aren't doing all the things that are really helpful. You can find out how to do that on this other series about PDF Stitcher. So, back again. I'm just going to show you some examples with my camera pointing down at my mat of an AO file versus a projector file versus a really good projector file. Alright, so let's move over to the mat and see some differences. To illustrate the difference between an AO file and a projector file, I'm going to use kind of some old standbys for me on this channel. I'm going to use the Peg Legs pattern by Patterns for Pirates. And I'm going to start with this add-ons. You will have seen this a lot. This is the Peg Legs add-on, and it is one of my favorite patterns. And in this, you'll see an AO file. Now, if I zoom out, you can see how it is constrained to that piece of paper, and she has taken whatever the dimensions of an AO sheet of paper is, and she has maximized it to fit every single piece. There's a piece right here that's kind of sideways, pieces that are turned. This one is at an angle, pieces are turned sideways. Everything is stuffed in there to use that paper in the most economical sense. I'm going to turn off some of the sizes now so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, there's one size left, and I'm going to zoom into my calibration zoom, which is 28 inches. I honestly don't even know what size I ended up at, but that's fine, it'll work. So one of the first things to notice is, like I said, some of the shapes of this pattern are a little off. So I would rotate this pattern to fit the leg in there, and I'd be able to cut that leg, and that wouldn't be a problem. And I would cut the middle and cut the side, and I could even cut the pocket and color block and all these pictures. But when I got down here, I would have to rotate again to get my grain line in the correct positioning for this piece. And then I would have to rotate even further to get this one correct. Well, I guess it would be the same as that one. And then this one would be back to this original grain line. And then I would have to turn my fabric 45 degrees to get the grain line correct on this piece. And everything's just kind of squished in here and not laid out in an easy to read manner. There was no grid layer to turn on or off to make sure that my calibration was correct. And yeah, it wasn't great. Now I can read that writing. I'm not sure if you guys can, but I can read that writing pretty clearly. And so that's really nice. But yeah, it's not going to be a great pattern. And I'm kind of constrained here. Like, that's as far as I can get that to move. Now, I can go to PDF Stitcher and I can give myself space around this pattern. That will be very, very helpful. I could make these lines a little bolder if I felt the need. I think they're great. I don't have an issue with that. So I could do a few things to make it a little bit better, but I can't do anything about this piece without going into Inkscape and trying to rotate it or something like that. So that's a problem. Now, if we go to the new peg legs pattern, this one is the color block option. This one comes with a projector file. And so let me turn off some of these sizes. So I've got a grid layer, which will allow me to see if I am zoomed correctly. Well, I'm not, because I haven't typed in my zoom. Let's try with that. Well, that was helpful. All right. Apparently, I'm not at all correct. Okay, hold on. This might be a metric grid. Yes, that is a metric grid. That's not going to be helpful to me. Let's try the 2-inch grid. Hey, there we go. Okay. Now, you can see where the floor is unlevel and the mat is slightly unlevel. If you want to know more about that, watch my Finish is Better Than Perfect video. But it's not bad. It's good enough for what we're doing right now. And if actually, let's zoom way out. We can see, whoa, too far. And I am going to turn off the grid. Sorry, got way ahead of myself. So this file is much longer. You see how it's a very long file. It's not constrained to that piece of paper size the other one has to be constrained to. And if you'll notice, I can even see on this, I don't know if you guys can, we'll look at it when we zoom in a little more, but all the grain lines are going vertically down this guy. Now I would likely rotate and have them all horizontal, because that's going to be how the long pieces are going to fit on my mat the best, but that's not really the important part. That's easy to rotate. The important part is that they're all going the same direction, so that I'm able to do that. All right, so so that grid layer is important. That tells us that we have our calibration correct. Now, Patterns for Pirates still doesn't put a wide margin around their projector pieces or projector files, and that's very frustrating. But again, that's something you can easily add in PDF Stitcher. So I can scroll pretty far this way, but left to right, I'm stuck. And I do prefer to have a very large margin around it. So that is something that I would have to change. But my grain lines are all going the same direction. My pieces are laid out in a little bit more logical manner than the other was, because we're not just trying to force it to fit on that one page. Nothing is at a 45-degree angle. Everything lines up really nicely. I chose those two different patterns because it's the same company and similar patterns, and I thought it would be good to show you. But I'm also going to show you the Adventure Toddler Backpack from Sunny Mountain Patterns. It is a great pattern for a little backpack, that's what I meant to say, for your kids. And one of the things I really appreciate about it is it's a really great projector file. I have no issue reading the words inside here, but she's also got them bigger and bolder out to the side. So if you can't read that, you can certainly read that. And she's got all her grain lines going in the one direction. They're all going vertically. She does have a piece on a fold right here. There's a lot of debate about cutting on the fold. It is, with an ultra short throw, harder to cut on the fold. So a lot of projector patterns are now coming laid flat, depending on how much a pattern designer has listened. And it tells you when you've reached the end of the pattern. And also, watch, I can move this pattern anywhere I like, and that is so helpful whenever you're trying to line things up. So that is the difference between an AO file and a projector file. They are, you know, about what the pattern designer is willing to do with their time. And if you want to know more about that, you can watch the interview I did with my friend Kathleen, where she talks about this kind of thing from a pattern designer perspective. And you can also watch my PDF Stitcher playlists to find out some ways that you can fix some of these problems that patterns have when they're not truly created for a projector. Okay friends, I hope that was helpful. If this answered your question, if you see someone else asking, hey, can I use an AO file, or what's the difference between AO and projector, use this video as an answer in the comments, or you can like this, you can share it, you can subscribe to my channel. All those things really help support this channel, and I try to make my videos answer questions that I see often, because some people learn a lot better in the video form, and some things like this are just easier to show rather than tell. So thank you so much for supporting my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Keep watching my videos, like, subscribe, and comment.